Hello. Hi guys. I think I'm live. Okay, cool. Um, Let me just check quickly if you can see me and if you can hear me. Hi everyone, what's up? Um, this is nice. I don't know what is. I need to stop saying nice so much. But how is everyone doing? Welcome to Thursdays with me. I was planning to pick up a couple of books and pick up one of the two books that I've chosen for today and read either of those. But before that, hi Gagan, how are you? Hi Chitesh, how are you? Hi Rashmi. Can you guys hear me well without any lag? Hi Uzair, hi Rashmi. I'm great, how are you guys? How's your week going? I hope everyone is having a nice week, but let me know where you guys are joining in from. And have you been reading this week? Have you guys been doing well? And yeah, this is nice. There are so many people, and I've realized I say nice so much. It's a problem now. Somebody might be talking something that will be extremely serious, and I'll just say nice, which isn't a good thing. But yeah, Chitesh, thank you for the confirmation. So, how's your week been, guys? Are you guys having fun? Are you guys having a good week? Uh, but welcome to Chalchitra Talks, and let me see. My phone is getting stuck, so I don't know how many people are watching us. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, Death of Thought is from Jaipur. Nice name, Death of Thought. Uzair is from Hyderabad. That's nice, guys. It's nice when like so many people join in from different parts at the same time to read together. So I have two books today, and held them. So one is Journals of Sylvia Plath, which I have been trying to read these days. It's very depressing. Wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I read one page and then I put it aside. There's also Real Estate by Deborah Levy, which I've been considering to pick up for a book a month. But I want to ensure everyone reads the first part, so I think we should pick up the first part before everything else. But hey, Rashmi is from Nasik. Watcher is from Kathmandu. Hey, Saptarshi is here. Saptarshi is here. Hi, Saptarshi. What's up? How are you? Gagan is from Punjab. I was in Punjab currently. And hi, Shreyas. Hey, Swastik. That's so nice. But there are so many other channels. There are so many other things that we've been trying recently. You should check them out definitely. And Kolhapur. Okay, Dharyashil. I'm so sorry I got your name wrong. Dharyashil is from Kolhapur. This is nice. There are a lot of diverse people joining us today. So I don't know how many of you guys are in the mood to read. So like I said, there are two books that I have today, and I wanted to read either of those from with you guys. I just think like the whole point of the reading sessions is that we just get started with one book, and then we can carry on our own. It can be like your first date with the book, and if you like it, you can order one for yourself, or you can just read an ebook or however you like it. But the first date is what I'm hoping Thursday sessions will be for you. And there are two books that I have today, but I'm not sure which one to pick up. One is The Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath, and the other is Real Estate by Deborah Levy, which is the third book in a 3-part autobiographical series. So let me know which one would you like to read, and let me know in the comments below whether you'd like to see Deborah Levy or you'd like to read from Sylvia Plath. And Swastik is from Nepal. Hi Swastik. Shreyas is from Bangalore. And Kushal retracted his message, so we don't know what he said. Hi Nikshit, how are you? I'm fine. Saptarshi, I read two books that you recommended and discussed, and I love. Oh, which books? Saptarshi, please let me know. The Raven's Show is from Tamil Nadu. Nice. The reading techniques that you mentioned I'm also trying to apply your reading. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen, so in the month of August, Vinayak and I went on a trip to Himachal. We went to my hometown and we visited a place nearby, and we shot a lot of videos there over the weekend. And we've been repeating them, we've been releasing them in an episode, in a series called Records from the Hills. And the first episode was the best reading habits that I have. And Saptarshi's talking about them. So if you haven't seen the episode, you should definitely watch it. Let me know if there are any more reading habits that you have. But yes, Puneet is joining us from Andhra Pradesh. Please go with real estate. There's one vote for real estate. Okay, there's one for Sylvia Plath. Okay, then Kushal is joining us from Mumbai, and Borivali. Nice. Nice, Rajat. Mouse and the Curiousness. Hey, nice, Saptarshi. I was hoping you would have read like one of the most recent books I recommended, but at least we are reading, right? And reading is good. Nikshit is from Karnataka. This is good. Also, guys, I hope you guys are liking the stream, and do like the stream, because that's just how the YouTube algorithm works. You like the stream and it gets recommended because YouTube thinks there's some nice content out there. But the bell jar. Oh, I'm not reading the bell jar. I'm planning to read her journals. Okay. There was one already. There's two for Sylvia Plath now. Guys, if you haven't seen the Rohan Joshi episode, go watch it. That's like a wonderful episode with some absolutely beautiful recommendations. But okay, there are 3 for Sylvia Plath, 3 for real estate. I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. But we're not reading War and Press. My eyebrows look different. I don't know, yeah, I don't know. We're talking about books, guys. We're not going to talk about eyebrows. Okay, cool. It's 3 each. Okay, we got Sylvia Plath. So we'll go with Sylvia Plath, which is a sad book. So if you're sad, I wouldn't recommend you read it. Oh, okay. Also, like, this is one of my favorite books that I started reading in 2018, I think, and 2017, and I still haven't finished it because it's very sad. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful insight into the mind of Sylvia Plath and the person she was. All of us know that quote. I listen to whatever that quote is, like, I am. And we read the bell jar a lot. Like, Sylvia Plath is a household name. Everyone knows about her. Everyone knows how she died. Like, nobody really knows the thought process she had or who she was, actually. Like, a lot of her life overshadowed her personality. And this book beautifully sums it up for you. And there's this quote, there's this review at the cover of the book, and it says, "A genuine literary event. Plath's journals contain marvels of discovery." And that's absolutely true, because this book is a book that's this book is wonderful. It's actually an event in itself, and not just because these are Sylvia Plath's journals, but you see the making of a writer. You see how an artist or a writer is born, and sometimes you get really sad and sometimes you cry while reading this book, because you just realize the person she was. And I think you'll see a lot of teenage angst in this book. I've recently come to appreciate teenage angst a lot, so there's that. But yeah, Plath's precocious literary talent blazes off the page, which is true. But it was, this, I think, was published in its entirety for the first time. And they provide a very intimate portrait of who she was, of her personality. And sometimes you feel bad because you're reading the diary and you read about a lot of things she went through. You read about her rejections, the people she rejected. You read about her predicaments, and sometimes you relate to them. Sometimes you just feel they're trivial, but I think that's what we all go through. And you just begin to enjoy. Sometimes you begin to see yourself in these pages, and it gets scary for me at that point where I just become very sad because of what I'm reading. So I usually tend to not read a lot of this in one go. And I read it in bits, so much so that I started reading it in 2014 and I've just reached like somewhere here in 3 years or what. But I'll start here. I'll start with the first few pages. And I think that'll give you a good insight into what it is. But guys, do like the stream, because the more you like the stream, the more it gets recommended to people. The more people join, the better it is for us. But let me just see. Yep. So guys, do like the stream. And I'll start with the reading. But wait, I'll just go through the comments quickly. Hey, people want Rohan Joshi back. Oh, definitely. We'll try to get him soon enough. Let's see. Oh, Prathamesh picked up 3 body problem after Rohan's episode. That's nice. I actually think another. I think it was Shreya Dhanvantri who also recommended 3 body problem. But I'm still trying to make peace with science fiction because I don't read a lot of sci-fi. I made peace by reading short stories and I'm still picking up on that. So I'll get there one day. Okay. We'll try reading War and Peace next time, if you guys are up for it. Not in one go. We'll start with, yep. We'll start with the first chapter. It'll be the first date with a book and then we'll figure out. But we can do a reading session of an entire book if you guys want. But her books are so sad. Yeah. Why are you leaving, Prathamesh? Maybe we can just enjoy and have fun because we can appreciate her writing. Sylvia Plath is not depressing. I just think we've misunderstood her for the longest time. But, yeah. Have you finished? I haven't finished The Laceworry. I'm still reading it, and that's mostly because I've been reading a lot of Sylvia Plath these days. Her journals. Hey, Cuber Ice loves the table lamp. That's really nice. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. But if you guys have finished reading Open, or if you would like to be on the panel for Open, we're probably we're going to discuss this. We're going to discuss Open next week in the stream. So if you guys are actually interested, you guys should just ping us. You can write to me on vaani@chalchitratalks.com, or what you can do is you can write to Chalchitra Book Club @gmail.com, and Akash is in the comments. Akash, if you could just comment down. Okay, wait, I'll just send in your names to like chalchitrabookclub@gmail.com. If you can type it down in the comments, Akash, and pin it. Like that's where you can drop in your names for registering for the live stream of a book a month. And usme we'll be discussing Open, and we'll also be talking about the book that we're going to pick up next month. But yeah, this is amazing. Hi Anandita. Anandita is here. Anandita is like a patron, and she's here with us today. Long time no see, Anandita. It's so nice to see you. But hey, Pine and Lime, thank you so much. I'm glad you're liking Brain Pickings. It's a wonderful archive. You should check out the books she's written. I'm pretty certain if you like the website, you're going to love the books she's written. But we'll get started with this. I'm going to start with I don't know. I don't think I'm going to read a note. Okay. Sylvia Plath was born on October 27, 1932. And the following journal, I might skip a few things because I won't read all of it because it gets monotonous and a lot of people leave, which makes me sad when I'm reading because I'm like, hey, don't leave. Anyways. But the journal that I'm going to pick up, she wrote it during the fall of 1953. And this is the cover of that book. I don't know if you can see. Yep. Can you guys see it, or will I have to flip my screen? So I think, yeah, you can see. This book belongs to Sylvia Plath. And this is what her handwriting was like, which you see on the next page. And yeah, So I'll start reading with the first entry, which is in July 1950. And she says, this is the first paragraph, guys. And she says, I may never be happy, but tonight I'm content. Nothing more than an empty house, the warm, hazy weariness from a day spent setting strawberry runners in the sun, a glass of cool, sweet milk, and a shallow dish of blueberries bathed in cream. Now I know how people can live without books, without college. When one is so tired at the end of a day, one must sleep. And at the next dawn, there are more strawberry runners to set, and so one goes on living near the earth. At times like this, I'd call myself a fool to ask for more. Okay. I'm going to read another entry. And it says, I love people. Everybody. I love them. I think as a I'll start again. I love people, everybody. I love them. I think as a stamp collector loves his collection. Every story, every incident, every bit of conversation is raw material for me. My love's not impersonal, yet not wholly subjective either. I would like to be everyone, a cripple, a dying man, a whore, and then come back to write about my thoughts, my emotions as that person. But I'm not omniscient. I have to live my life, and it is the only one I'll ever have. And you cannot regard your own life with objective curiosity all the time. And I absolutely love this line where she says that you cannot regard your own life with an objective curiosity all the time. Because I think like a lot of us take a lot of things very seriously, take ourselves very seriously. And this thing where she says like objective curiosity is something that you cannot look at yourself with at all times, subject yourself to at all times, is something that like, it's such a simple line, but like, yeah. I'm just going to address a few comments. Dileswari read The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. Did you like it, Dileswari? That's what we want to know. What are your thoughts after reading that book? I'd recommended it once upon a time, I know. And I think it's a beautiful book, but let me know how you liked it. Just joined. What are the book we're reading? Aishwarya, we're reading the Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. This is the only book I've actually covered with this sheet, because I figured it'll take me a lot of time to finish it. I started reading it in 2018. I haven't even finished half the book, but so I figured I'd better cover it for the rest of my life. Hi Ayush, how are you? We are reading the Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath. I hope you're doing well. Thanks, Ananta. Can we read Plath outside confessionalism? I mean, I don't have that. I only have her diary entries right now, but we can try that soon. Hey, we have another Saptarshi here. Hi, Saptarshi. Thank you so much. Sylvia is very deep and sad at the same time. I think she offers you a very different take on life, and I think I had trouble. I started despising her at one time because I thought she's very immature. Now that I think about it, of course she grew. You see her transition in the journals, but it's also that these are also the writings of an individual who's very real about her thoughts. She's also trying to find a balance between being nice to people but also being nice to herself. And that's something you see through the books, because she's trying to be just to herself. She is trying to justify the things that, she's been taught they're not good, but she still feels them. And she's trying to... There's this one particular line which I won't read out loud because it's very scandalous. But, yeah. I'll read the next paragraph. It says, with me, the present is forever, and forever is always shifting, flowing, melting. This second is life, and when it is gone, it is dead. But you can't start over with each new second. You have to judge by what is dead. It's like quicksand, hopeless from the start. A story, a picture, can renew sensation a little, but not enough. Not enough. Nothing is real except the present, and already I feel the weight of centuries smothering me. Some girl 100 years ago once lived as I do, and she is dead. I am the present, but I know I too will pass. The high moment, the burning flash, come and are gone. Continuous quicksand, and I don't want to die. But yeah. Sylvia, though, is very deep, and she's also very depressing. But if you are someone who actually thinks even remotely, sometimes we have a habit of pitying the living in general, and I do not know the exact word or the correct word to address it with. But Sylvia Plath will make you appreciate life. She'll make you appreciate people around yourself. And she'll probably make you see people around you with a lot more observation. But yeah, the sad part is that readers and critics have reflected herself in the entire debacle in her writings rather. Exactly. And this is a problem I have with a lot of people, because all we talk about are the scandals that involve her life, her death, and nobody actually talks about the person she was. And that's why I think unabridged journals are so important, because they show you a person you can actually look up to if you are someone who's writing, who wants to be a writer, who's aspiring to create something. It's for everyone, because you see the struggles of someone who's trying to be perfect, who's trying to get there but is failing, and then she'll express that, and you realize, hey, I've been there. There are moments when I have felt that way, and you thought you're alone in this. This book is actually, I think, there's this book by Maria Popova, Velocity of Being, and Velocity of Being actually contains a lot of letters where wherein each letter is dedicated to kids and telling them why they should read. And in one of the letters, the person says, sometimes you just get tired because there are people around you. They have emotions, you have emotions, but sometimes both of you are so tired, or just sometimes they don't understand you because they haven't been through something similar. That's when books come in, because you come across characters who are like you, who are going through what you have been through. And it's just relatable. And Sylvia Plath unabridged journals are just like a beautiful summary of how you're not alone. Not summary, but like a beautiful specimen example of how you're not alone. But yeah. I'm so sorry if I missed a few comments in between, but hey Utsav, thank you for... Hey, hi Utsav, thank you for your comment. It made my day. I'm glad you like our videos. Can you suggest a few more authors? I don't know. There are a lot of authors, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't think I'm the... I, I can't draw a parallel. I have to sit and think about it, but... I haven't read a lot of Sylvia, to be honest. I'll just be honest here and say that I haven't read a lot of Sylvia. I've read her journals a lot, and I've read them by heart, and I know a few, but like I haven't read her that well. Train to Pakistan, yeah. Hey Siddhan, do I ever feel depressed in life? Yeah. I don't know. I just let it be there and bask in the feeling and emotion I'm feeling. Not the right answer, not the answer you were probably looking for. Judith Butler has an essay on Plath where she decodes her writing from the mail paradigm. She has, hey, could you share the link with us or something? That it sounds like something. It sounds very interesting. I suggest you the short run is like, hey, thanks, Swastik. I really like Edgar Allan Poe. I discovered him through this line, which is absolutely famous, which I can't remember. He's famous for these quotes, no? Like, my love is... Okay, sorry. But hey, Vishal, how are you? Yep. So, the thing about this book is you'll also find a lot of poetry. I am not big on her poetry, to be honest, but I think her, without offending a lot of people, I think her journals are slightly better than what we've seen of her in her books, other books, like dedicated novels and stuff like that. Um, but yeah. I'm trying to find something nice, which isn't sad. Okay. Hmm. This is interesting. Oh, she says she hears. Uh, okay. I'll move on. This is something that's also like it's because she started writing this when I think she was like in her late teens. Some of it is like deep teenage angst and a lot of frustrations. So I would still suggest like all of you. But hey, she's written a poem here. Okay. Okay. It's a paragraph and then there's a piece of poetry. But it's here. And she says, I could smash the measured clicking sound that haunts me, draining away life and dreams and idle reveries. Hard, sharp ticks. I hate them. Measuring thought infinite space by cogs and wheels. Can you understand? Someone, somewhere. Can you understand me a little, love me a little? For all my despair, for all my ideals, for all that, I love life. But it is hard and I have so much, so very much to learn. And then she writes, click, click, tick, tick. Clock snips time in two. Lap of rain in the drain pipe. 2 o'clock, and never you down the evening. I cannot cry or even smile, acidly or bittersweetly, for never you and incompletely. Things surround me I could touch: soap, toothbrush, desk, chair. Never mind the 3 dimensions. All is flat and you not there. Letter, paper, stamps, and white and black. Typewritten you, and there it is. The tickle, liquid trickle of rain in drain pipe is voice enough for me tonight. And the click click, hard quick click click of the clock is pain enough heartbeat for me tonight. The narrow cot, the iron bed is space enough and warmth enough to bed and sleep, and tearless creep the formless seconds, minutes, hours, and never you. The raindrops weep, and never you. And tick tick, tick tick, pass the hours. But, yup. And but yeah, this is probably, I mean, I realized it now, like, there are notes that I've made on this book, but I hadn't underlined a lot of this piece of poetry, but I just realized it, that it's really nice. And then she says, God, who am I? I sit in the library tonight, the lights. Oh, okay. Another thing that I really like about it is she's also like the face of feminism, feminist writers in somewhat ways. And in her journals, you'll see her um, struggle through the ideals of an society, especially the ones that are perhaps thrown at women. She'll struggle with being the way, like being what the society expects of her, and she'll also struggle with her, 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 with her. Ugh, I can't think of the word. With the females that are around her. So here she says, God, who am I? I'm in the library tonight and the lights glaring overhead, the fan whirring loudly. Girls everywhere, reading books, intent faces, flesh pink, white, yellow, and I sit here without identity, faceless. My head aches. There is history to read, centuries to comprehend before I sleep, millions of lives to assimilate before breakfast tomorrow. Yet I know that back at the house there is my room full of my presence. There is my date this weekend. Someone believes I'm a human being, not a name merely. And these are the only indications that I'm a whole person, not merely a knot of nerves without identity. I'm lost. Eldest would have laughed. What a conditioning center this is. Hundreds of faces, bending over books, fans whirring, beating time along the edge of thought. It is a nightmare. There is no sun. There is only continual motion. If I rest, if I think inward, I go mad. There is so much, and I am torn in different directions, pulled thin, taut against horizons too distant for me to reach, to stop with the German tribes and rest a while, but no. On, through ages of empires of decline and fall, swift, ceaseless pace. Will I never rest in sunlight again, slow, languid, and golden with peace? It's very sad when she writes. But it's just, bottom line is like she's nice. I think I find her, from little of what I've read of Sylvia Plath, and then if I compare it to the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath, I like the journals more. So if you're someone who loves Sylvia Plath, you should definitely pick up the unabridged journals. And if you're someone who in general likes reading nonfiction, memoirs and stuff, you should definitely pick up the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath. And yeah, that's mostly it. So guys, do like the stream. And hey, K. Kaviraj discovered the channel yesterday and he has been binge watching almost all videos. Hey, that's nice, Kavi. Thank you. I remember Mirror, which was in my school curriculum. I've not read any of her other works. I had no clue about her life. Hey, Rishita. I hope you'll pick up the... I don't know if I should recommend the unabridged journals because I usually I've been going very slow with this book. I started reading it in 2018. I'm yet to finish. I'm yet to even reach half of it. But when you read it, it's actually beautiful. And you'll realize that it's... I think everyone should read this book, but then it sometimes makes me so sad that I don't know if I should recommend it to other people. And that's the dilemma there. And, oh yes, and all I loved alone. I wasn't, I think, looking for this, Tanmay, but yeah, that one also. Okay, I know, I think I've found a one. Edgar Allan Poe. I think I found the We Loved with Love. Okay, yeah, I think I found it. No, I did not. We loved with a love that was more than love, me and my Annabelle Lee. I really like this one particular piece, but it's very famous already. And all I loved alone. Yeah, that's also beautiful. I had this so a lot of times the way I discovered poets was when I would get recommended a piece of their work, like quotation on somewhere on the internet, and then I started finding these the collection of their works, and sometimes you just realize like, oh, the most famous works are probably not so good, and then you slowly start to write, like the short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. Like I really had trouble like understanding them initially and reading them at all. But like once you get the hang of it, you will actually like his writing. But if you're into romance and goth, then I haven't read Recursion by Blake Crouch, Samraj. I haven't. The discussion around Plath is so much around the centrality that it keeps it oblivious, like Sexton or Dickinson. I also like Dickinson a lot. I think Dickinson is one, like, she's the reason why I even started practicing writing poetry and prose. Emily Dickinson is a house, I don't know if she's a household name, but I think like most of the people know of her. And I think I sent this message to a friend today because I was going through my gallery, and I came across this. I came across this piece of poetry that I sent to the friend. I had probably kicked it some years ago, and she said, "It's such a little thing to weep, so short a thing to sigh, and yet by traits the size of these, we men and women die." So Dickinson is amazing. Read Dickinson if you can. And I think she's pretty easy to understand as well. Dickinson is fairly easy to understand. So if you want to start with poetry that makes you feel sad, poetry, she also writes about, she writes mostly about life, death, love. Yeah, and she's amazing. Hey Akshay, thank you so much. Amit web series. Hi. Um, if you're a beginner, you should definitely. So most of the books that I recommend, I think like anyone can read them. I usually do not recommend books that are difficult to read, or because I think like. But yeah, even if you want to start, it depends on a lot of things. What are your interests and everything? So I don't know if I'd be recommending you the right book right now. But there's this book I recommend everyone to read at least once in life. It's The Little Prince, and I think a lot of people actually recommend it. It's like forever kept on my table. So yeah. Um, Deep in north, my love is lying, and I must weep alone. Edgar Allan Poe I just knew of him because of a few quotes. Never realized how beautiful he is until I bought the whole collection of his works. Not that I've read the collection, but like I've read some of it, and he's he was intense and fragile as well. Like you see Kafka, he was intense and he was fragile. You read Sylvia, she was intense, but she wasn't fragile. I don't know like what exactly I don't know how to explain that, but there are some writers you read them and you feel how vulnerable they are. And it just shows through Kafka and even Edgar Allan Poe's work. Both of them are very different, but it just shows. I mean, for me. Um, hey Kavi, I'm so glad you're reading again, dude. That's absolutely amazing. Um, Let us know if you have any recommendations for us. But that's that. What else is happening, guys? We're going to discuss how many of you are reading open. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we do these a book a month on Chalchitra Talks where we pick up one book each month, and this month we had picked up Open by Agassi, and we're going to discuss it next week because it's the last week of the month, and we're going to decide, and we're going to actually announce the book for the month of October as well. So be there, and if you haven't started reading it already, please do. I'm going to finish it soon. So, do you think The Alchemist is overrated? Hi, Sumit. I don't think Alchemist is overrated. I did not, to be honest, enjoy the book a lot, but there were quite a few people who were heavily influenced by it, and I think, had you asked me 2 years ago, I would have said, yeah, it's overrated. But I just think all of us are somewhere have our own journeys, and some people have really, really liked Alchemist. So I think I was unable to appreciate it, but there are so many people who appreciate it so much so that I don't think it's overrated. I mean, it's very subjective. Mm. Do I prefer poetry which Do I prefer poetry which places you within the text or creates a separate space for the reader? I'm not sure if I understand your question, Sayak. not very not very well read. But if I'm getting it right, do I prefer poetry which places you within the text? Okay. I think it's a healthy mix of two. There are times when you just want to read something in order to feel comfortable, but there are times where you just want to, okay, where you want a different context, or where you just want to run away from things or hide there, or where you just There are times when you read for comfort, there are times when you read for pleasure or like more knowledge, and it's entirely on the mood. Okay. Unpopular opinion, but do give surely a message. Hey, that was the book, a book a month for the month of, um, I think it was the book for the month of August or July. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a book a month. Oh, for the month of July, yes. Um, Mohit, hey Mohit, thank you so much. What about Book Thief? I had a phase where I was in love with Book Thief. No, I did not like the movie, and I did not like a lot of things about the book. The reason why I liked the book was the character death. I remember reading Emily Dickinson. We were talking about Emily Dickinson a while ago. I'm not a literature student, so there are things that I'll get wrong. But we were in class 10 and we had this piece of poetry by Dickinson, Because I Could Not Stop for Death. And that's the first time I actually realized, hey, it's, you can talk about death and you can personify it, and it might turn out to be beautiful, and it just might make you feel comfortable about the whole concept of dying, because nobody likes to talk about death and dying and everything. But we had Because I Could Not Suffer Death, and then I read The Book Thief, and the narrator is death, and it just made me feel so comfortable about the whole concept of, like, it's not comfortable, but it made me feel, it just did not, it reduced my fear of death. So yeah. If it wasn't for lockdown, I would be going to the library to read because your videos are fun. Hey, thank you, Garima. Thank you for joining us all the way from New Zealand. And yeah, I do hope you're still reading though, even if you're not able to go to the library. Oh, thanks, generic user. Somebody noticed. But yeah. What are my thoughts on philosophical books, Keshav? I don't know. I don't read a lot of philosophical books that way. I just realize I pick up, I just think to each his own, her own. Whatever you want to read, read that. I mean, sometimes I'm in the mood for philosophy, so I read it then, but otherwise, I'm not a big philosophy person. I am a big fiction buff, or like memoirs. I love memoirs, whatever. But I yeah, I got into this whole philosophy zone like a couple of years ago. So I like philosophy. I'm just not reading it at the moment, and would like to read it and wouldn't like to read it at the moment as well. Um, do I read essays? Yeah, generic use. I try to read them from time to time. Emily Dickinson was a recluse in the second half of her life. Yeah, there's this movie about her life, and I can't remember its name, but the woman in Cynthia Dixon, that's her name, the girl from the lady from Sex and the City, she plays Emily Dickinson, and I think it's a very boring movie, but a beautiful portrayal nonetheless. And I think it's okay to be a recluse. She, I think, lived up to be 40. So her poetry was wonderful, but yeah. Hmm. Do I listen to Frank Ocean? I've heard the name. I think I've heard the person as well. I'm just quickly going to. I like it when people don't talk to me about books, like for its sake. I have heard Frank Ocean. Yes, I have. I do not know which song though, because I have this liking for album art, and I have seen the album art in my playlist, but I don't know which song. But it's some song from Blonde that came out in 2016. His album that came out in 2016. Just not sure which one, but I've heard some of Frank Ocean. Um, why do I not talk much in interviews or recommendation videos? Yeah, God. Hey, Sumit. You just, that's a good question. That's a question I've been asking myself for like over a year. You just, you have, it's just people, it's just, that's just, I don't know. If I have nothing to contribute, I'd rather shut up. But there are a few things that I do like to contribute in from time to time, and I do so. but I think that happens with introverts when they try to find endpoint. And this is just an awkward question. Mm, is The Namesake actually a slow book, or does it make readers? I think it depends from person to person. Some people might really love the book and might just go on and read it. And oops. And some people just might, I don't know. It depends on person to person, I think. I haven't seen the Wheel of Time series, Kunal. Oh, I do not know. It's a TV series, so yeah, definitely not. Any favorite essay collection? Generic user, good question. I do have a few actually. Um, should I get? I can't get them, and I don't even remember the names. Okay, okay. First of all, there is what's his name? George Orwell. So Amit Verma, the guy of the person behind The Seen and the Unseen, came on Chalchitra Talks and he recommended some of his favorite books. And he I'm sorry. He recommended this collection by George Orwell and of essays by George Orwell. Pick that up, one. The second is there are personal writings by Albert Camus, which I quite recently read. I mean, I don't know what's up with me these days. I'm not able to finish books, but I pick up books, read things, and then I leave them. And then I move on to the next book, and then I come back to the book before because I liked something I read, and then I move on. So I've been doing that a lot, which is okay. So his personal writings are really good. I think that's the name of the book itself. Then, if you really like Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the guy the guy who wrote 100 Years of Solitude, I love him a lot. And he was also a journalist, but not many people know about that. He wrote this book. I don't even have my specs, so I'll just. I can't read the name of the book. But there's this one collection where it's a non-fiction basically. And he says he also wants to be famous, he wants to be known not for his 100 Years of Solitude, but for his journalism as well. So this is a book about that. Another book that I really, really like, it's not a collection of essays as much as it's a collection of Urdu poetry and prose. And I had this book for the longest time, but I never picked it up really. And quite recently I picked it up, and it's absolutely wonderful. So these are the things I can think of from the top of my head. And I can think of because they're right here. And I think I consulted them recently. I haven't read In the Mood for Love, Swastik. Hi, Explain Data. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing. Thank you for recommending. Pathik hasn't been. Pathik is going to come soon. He's working on something really amazing. And it'll take him some time, but he'll be back with a video essay, with a video for all of you guys. Clara and the Sun should be in the book. Yeah, so guys, why do you think the book of the month is going to end in December? It's okay. We've got another year. Maybe next year we can do 2 books a month. Although that doesn't sound right to the ear, but yeah. Wait a minute, Vaani can talk. Yeah, Anjit, I can. Oh God, this is sometimes very stressful. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed quite a few comments. I haven't read Girl, Interrupted by Susanna Case and Ajisha. Okay. I missed about it. Nice. I like how Kunal has recommended Frank Ocean's music. So let's okay. I'll finish these comments and then we'll talk about music. I've been listening to a lot of music recently, but Kunal has said like Frank Ocean's Blonde is a musical work of art. I'm going to listen to it right after this stream ends. There is a podcast called Dissect, which oh, this is a nice recommendation. I would like to note it down, or I'll just click a screenshot. Maybe I don't have the screenshot here. What am I doing with live? Give me a second, guys. This is a bill from July, but okay, it dissects. I think I've heard of this podcast. I could never go around it, but I don't know why, because I'm lazy maybe. Uh, okay. Thanks, Kunal. I'll definitely check it out. By the way, I've been listening to the podcast that Rohan Joshi recommended, Business Wars, and it's absolutely amazing. I'm a skincare buff, and I started with L'Oreal versus Estee Lauder, and it's absolutely amazing. Um, okay, but yeah. Hi, can you just recommend a romantic novel? Hi, Kirtan. I don't read a lot of romance, and I'm awful. Like I'm very embarrassed by it now. Like I used to be proud that I don't read a lot of romance, but now I'm just like, hey, why don't I read romance? It's a good thing. But if you, I started, the only romance novels I liked initially was Pride and Prejudice, of course, and there was Flipped by, I can't remember her name. And yeah, those are the two I can think of. But Marvel or DC Comics? I'd say DC Comics. Yep. So, I have been listening to a lot of music recently, and I think I went back to listening to Luminous because they also dropped a new single recently. But I also I'm thinking because I discovered this band called Mountjoy, MTJOY, and I can't stop listening to their song called Cardinal, which is absolutely beautiful. And I just don't know. I like this song because he says, okay, I won't tell you why I like the song, but it's absolutely amazing, and you guys should listen to Cardinal by MT Joy. M for man, T Joy, T for T, space joy. And I also love this guy called Tom Rosenthal and his song Outer Space Mover. Please listen to these two songs and let me know if you liked them. But yeah, hey, Vinayak is in the comments. Hi, Vinayak. Uh, but yeah. Hey, Paulamy, I'm so glad you liked the Anand Gandhi and Dhruv Sehgal episode as well, along with Rohan Joshi. Oh god, this everyone has heard Frank Ocean. I'm too late to the party. I'm very late to this party. I literally worship Frank, so hearing that you'll check him out is great. I will do so. I'll definitely try Frank Ocean immediately after the stream ends. I'm like for the past few weeks I'm trying to be an early bird, so I've been waking up at like 5:30ish, 5, 6:30. Yeah, between that. Uh, but yeah, so that's what I've been listening to. Let me see what else I've been listening. I started listening to a lot of Sufi artists, not artists, but like yeah. Um, Let me see. I mean, I do think I've been listening to a lot of things, but I don't know. I could be absolutely. Oh, yeah. I discovered this song today, The Skin of My Yellow Country Teeth by Clap Your Hands, Say Ya, which is funny, but did I say it right? Or did I say it wrong? Yep, it's by Clap Your Hands, Say Ya, and the song is The Skin of My Yellow Country Teeth. But do like the stream, guys. I just saw Vishal's comment. This is something that I should be doing. Recommend, hey, Shrugdhara. I haven't read Sold by Patricia McCormick. Right now, I'm actually trying to read this one beautiful book that Rupa Publications sent over. It's Draupadi by Iram Khote. And I'm finishing Ocean that we're going to discuss next week. So if you guys haven't already started reading Ocean, do read it. We'll be discussing it next week in a book a month live stream, which will probably happen on Thursday. Also, the quiz is happening on Wednesday next week. But yeah, best place to buy books from. I basically go to book stalls booksellers, secondhand shops. I haven't found a secondhand market where I live, but and also Amazon. I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. I wish they'd sponsor me or something by now. Do you listen to music while I read? I do try to. There's a playlist. There's this. So I learned this from Vivek Tajuja. He actually has a playlist for each book, the songs he listened to when he was reading something. And I struggle reading and listening to music together because like I like to appreciate both of them. So I made a playlist like anytime I'm reading a book, I just keep on adding songs that I've been listening to in between the sessions. Sometimes it doesn't go well because I read a lot of books at the same time, but I try to just be there. But that's one thing. Another artist that I've recently gone back to is Dope Lemon. I can't remember. I can't remember the guy's name and what band he actually runs. He runs the original band. Is it I sound so disorganized right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, this has been amazing, guys. Let me know if you liked the reading session. Please come to. Oh God, I'm dying to come to Calcutta because of the College Street. I really want to go to College Street because of the books. I lived in Delhi for some time, and I think I discovered gems there. Books that I was dying to own for a long time, and I got them for like such cheap amounts. God. I listened to Center of Gravity by Yola Tango, which you recommended. I think it's last stream. I loved it. I think I don't usually add a lot of songs to my Insta stories, but I think I added one once, and it was by Yola Tango, and I love the artist as well. Have I read One Part Woman? No, I haven't. The Old Trunk, and a lot of people have actually recommended it. I think Shreya Dhanvantri recommended it, and even Rohan Joshi recommended it, like a few in his episode. But yeah, nice. I also rediscovered Strumbellas recently. I love the song Spirits, of course, which is, I think, very famous if you haven't heard it already. But I also like the entire album by Strumbellas, Shovels and Door, and all the other songs. But I've been listening to a lot of like, not great music, but beautiful nonetheless. But this has been great and lovely, guys. I hope you liked the reading session, and do read Ocean by next week. We're going to discuss it next week, and the quiz is happening on Wednesday, so join, and it's the finale, so it's going to be all the more amazing. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon, and do watch. So there are a lot of guest episodes that are lined up probably, and you guys are going to really like them, hopefully. But yeah, Vishal is so nice. Do share our videos with your friends and family. Also, get everyone's phones, make them like and share our videos, and also make them subscribe to the channel. If you have already done that, create new accounts and subscribe to the channel. But I'm just kidding, guys. But hey, Explain Data, thank you. We had an absolute blast with Rohan Joshi. Like it was absolutely amazing. His enthusiasm is very what's the word? See, the problem with being bilingual is that you don't even remember what it means in the other language. It's very contagious, yeah. And I'm so glad you like Ratna Patak Shah, ma'am. That's on the top. I'm still very glad. Do I listen to Arctic? I love Arctic Monkeys. If you like Arctic Monkeys, you should listen to this album Submarine by Alex Turner. And cool. I'll take your leave now. Hey, Satyam is in the comments. It's nice when like my chuddy buddies show up the streams. But yeah. Yes, explained it. You're right. Infectious. But I'll take your leave now. And it's been I had fun, a lot of fun reading Unabridged Journals of Sylvia Plath today with you guys. I don't know how many of you actually stayed back and listened to it, but I hope you'll actually pick this book up after you've finished reading Open, that is, because we're going to discuss it next week, and I'm going to see you guys there. And let me know, and you can send your names, or you can just send an email to chalchitrabookclub@gmail.com if you would like to join the stream. And we read this book today, and if you liked it, do get your hands in this book, because I think it's absolutely lovely. There are also photos in the book beach mein. Not that that's an incentive enough, but I'll take your leave now, guys. Have a wonderful evening, have a great Thursday and the weekend ahead, and I hope you had a wonderful week. So I'll just end the stream now. Have a lovely evening.